Prince William recently had one of Queen Camilla's grandsons physically removed from Windsor Castle. Looking at the situation, what truly speaks volumes about this unprecedented event is the silent yet powerful endorsement from Princess Anne herself, a figure known for her unwavering loyalty to the crown. This signals a profound institutional shift William is enacting. Here's how it all began. Reports have emerged suggesting an extraordinary intervention by Prince William. It appears the Prince of Wales personally oversaw the physical removal of one of Queen Camilla's grandsons from the historic grounds of Windsor Castle. This was no gentle word in the ear, no quiet chat. Sources indicate that security personnel were directly involved, providing a physical escort for the young man off the royal premises. That's quite a statement, isn't it? The individual involved is one of Queen Camilla's 5 grandchildren from her first marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles. Her daughter, Laura Lopez, is mother to Eliza, Gus, and Louis. Her son, Tom Parker Bowles, has 2 children, Lola and Freddie. Crucially, these young people are entirely private citizens. They hold no royal titles, do not bear the prefix His or Her Royal Highness, and have no official duties or roles within the British monarchy. For a significant period, it appeared Queen Camilla's personal family was being thoroughly woven into the fabric of royal life. For many years, her grandchildren were a regular fixture at significant royal occasions. They were seen at family gatherings and even Christmas celebrations, consistently treated as if they were part of the wider royal clan. This wasn't accidental. It was a carefully orchestrated strategy from the palace after King Charles and Queen Camilla's marriage. The aim was to soften public perception and integrate her more smoothly into the royal fold, and the strategy undeniably worked. Camilla managed a remarkable public transformation, moving from being widely disliked to becoming queen by Charles's side in May 2023. However, Prince William maintains a distinct perspective. He sees a fundamental divergence between rehabilitating an individual's public image and permanently embedding their non-royal relatives within the very structure of the institution. That's a crucial distinction, I think. This commitment to a tighter core was not just theoretical. It manifested in concrete actions, including a significant shift in who was welcomed at key royal events. Prince William has consistently championed a more streamlined and efficient operation for the monarchy, one focused intently on a dedicated group of working royals who serve the public. We've seen this philosophy reflected in his meticulous choices about who appears on the palace balcony for occasions like Trooping the Color, who receives invitations to significant royal gatherings, and who is positioned prominently near the crown. The troubling situation surrounding Prince Andrew truly solidified William's resolve. Andrew had become an immense public relations catastrophe for the institution. His associations with Jeffrey Epstein, his ill-fated interview on BBC Newsnight, and his subsequent refusal to cooperate with American legal processes brought severe disrepute upon the royal family. William, recognizing the gravity of the damage, was instrumental in pushing King Charles III to strip Andrew of his royal titles in late 2025. That really showed his mettle. This wasn't merely about distant relatives. It demonstrated William's unwavering willingness to make tough decisions about who remains within the royal fold, even when it involves a direct blood relation. This pattern of exclusion, which we've been observing, truly escalated around the time of the festive season. In 2024, a significant shift seemed to occur when Queen Camilla's relatives were welcomed to the Christmas celebrations at Sandringham for the very first time. This was widely interpreted as a major step towards integrating her family into the wider royal circle. However, the following year brought a stark reversal. By December of 2025, a clear announcement was made. Queen Camilla's children, Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopez, would not be joining the King and Queen for Christmas at Sandringham. Tom Parker Bowles himself publicly confirmed this change, acknowledging his exclusion from the traditional royal gathering. The official explanation provided for this decision cited a desire for a more private and family-focused celebration, given King Charles's ongoing cancer treatment. Yet the attendance of Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, despite their father Prince Andrew having been stripped of his royal titles, presented a stark contrast. Their presence demonstrated a continued loyalty to the monarchy itself. That official explanation really stretched the meaning of family-focused, didn't it? It became evident that this family-focused gathering was specifically intended for the core members of the Windsor lineage, rather than extending to Queen Camilla's own relatives. This marked a significant and undeniable shift in who was considered part of the inner royal sanctum. The dynamic between Prince William and Queen Camilla has consistently been more intricate than it appeared on the surface. For William, the emotional landscape was profoundly shaped by Camilla's undeniable involvement in the painful disintegration of his parents' marriage. Princess Diana herself famously articulated this heartache, describing her union as feeling crowded because of the presence of a third party. As a young boy, William was forced to bear witness to his mother's deep suffering, the unraveling of their family unit, and then, perhaps even more poignantly, Camilla's gradual but unmistakable ascent towards the very crown his mother had once worn. This formative period, marked by his mother's profound pain and Camilla's ever-increasing presence, permanently cemented William's perspective. For many years, he maintained a relationship with Camilla that was polite on the surface, but distinctly lacking in warmth, a subtle distance that observers frequently noted as a chill in their private interactions. It's hard to imagine the weight of watching that unfold as a young boy, processing such deeply personal and public events. This deeply ingrained history continued to inform their interactions. By 2025, reports began to surface suggesting that Queen Camilla herself felt increasingly marginalized and uneasy, particularly as Prince William and Kate, the Princess of Wales, garnered significant attention within the palace. This perception of being overlooked was reportedly exacerbated by comments made by individuals close to Kate, which senior royals, including Camilla, found unsettling. Camilla, who had meticulously worked to overcome her past public image and achieve her current standing, found herself grappling with the rising prominence of William and Kate. This underlying complicated history, coupled with more recent perceived slights, underscores the deep-seated tension that continues to define the relationship between the heir to the throne and his stepmother. Amidst these power shifts, Princess Anne's silent presence and non-intervention during the Windsor incident speak volumes, signaling a powerful endorsement of William's actions. Upon the eventual passing of King Charles III, Queen Camilla's position within the monarchy is set to undergo a dramatic transformation. She will transition to the role of Queen Dowager. This shift carries significant implications for her daily life, her financial provisions, her involvement in royal affairs, and her overall standing within the royal household. Every facet of her future status will fall directly under the purview of the new monarch, Prince William. He will possess the sole authority to determine the parameters of her continued association with the crown. This means her official title, her dedicated office, the size and funding of her personal staff, any grace and favor residences she currently occupies, and indeed, her very access to the intricate machinery of the monarchy will all be subject to his review and potential recalibration. It's a comprehensive reevaluation of her entire existence within the royal sphere. This looming scenario takes on particular weight when we recall the deep-seated history between them. William was a vulnerable 14-year-old boy when his mother Diana, Princess of Wales, famously spoke about 3 people in her marriage during the Panorama interview. That raw, public revelation, with Camilla at its center, is a memory that undoubtedly shaped William's perception of his stepmother. Now, the power dynamic will irreversibly shift. He, the boy who witnessed his mother's pain, will hold Queen Camilla's entire future in his hands. Talk about a full-circle moment. We are already seeing the palace actively grooming Prince William, systematically preparing him for the immense responsibilities of his future reign. This preparation includes the critical task of defining precisely who will form the core of his royal court and how the institution will operate under his leadership. In this light, the recent actions at Windsor, specifically the quiet but firm removal of Camilla's grandson, serve as far more than just an isolated incident. They function as a stark, unmistakable preview of the decisive kind of leadership William intends to exercise. It's a clear signal of his impending authority and his willingness to make difficult, albeit necessary, decisions for the monarchy's future. Princess Anne consistently emerges as an unparalleled figure within the British royal family, a true embodiment of unwavering duty and steadfast commitment. Her work ethic is not merely commendable, it is, quite frankly, legendary. In the year 2025 alone, she meticulously carried out an astonishing 478 official engagements. This remarkable feat firmly establishes her as, without question, the most diligent and hard-working member of the entire royal household. Her dedication to her role and to the institution she serves is simply unmatched by any other working royal. Her personal code of conduct is deeply rooted in an unshakable sense of duty, a profound discretion, and an inherent dignity that has defined her public life for decades. These are not merely abstract concepts for Princess Anne, they are the guiding principles that shape every public appearance and every private interaction. Furthermore, her connection to Queen Camilla stretches back many years, spanning decades of shared experience within royal circles. Anne was, in fact, present at the wedding of King Charles III and Camilla Parker Bowles in 2005, a clear indication of her long-standing acquaintance and involvement in the family's evolving dynamics. She has observed firsthand the intricate journey of their relationship over an extensive period. Princess Anne's loyalty to the very fabric and enduring strength of the royal institution is absolute. She was a direct witness to the profound and lasting damage inflicted by King Charles's extended affair with Camilla. More poignantly, she observed the deep and undeniable suffering that this situation caused Princess Diana. Beyond that, Anne saw the immense emotional strain and the very real personal cost that these events exacted upon both a young Prince William and his brother Prince Harry during their most formative and vulnerable years. She grasps, perhaps more acutely than many, the immense sacrifices and the profound personal price that must sometimes be paid when individual desires collide with the broader, more demanding requirements of the monarchical institution. Considering her unyielding character and her unparalleled historical perspective on these complex family matters, Princess Anne's response, or more accurately, her deliberate lack of visible intervention during the recent, highly sensitive events at Windsor Castle, speaks volumes. Her very presence, coupled with what has been widely interpreted as her silent approval of Prince William's decisive action in removing Queen Camilla's non-royal grandson, is incredibly telling. Within the meticulously choreographed world of royal protocol and tradition, silence often functions as a potent form of communication, frequently conveying a message far more impactful and authoritative than any explicit verbal declaration could ever achieve. Her quiet observation, therefore, carries immense weight. Numerous respected royal commentators and analysts have interpreted Princess Anne's unwavering stance as a powerful and unequivocal endorsement of Prince William's overarching vision for the future of the monarchy. They frequently suggest that she recognizes and appreciates a profound reflection of her own deeply held values within his pragmatic and determined approach to royal duties. For Anne, and seemingly for William, the paramount concern is always the discharge of genuine responsibility over the pursuit of personal comfort. The enduring stability and public perception of the institution consistently take precedence over any individual's transient interests or personal preferences. This remarkable alignment of core principles between aunt and nephew renders her unspoken support for William's decisive and arguably difficult actions all the more profoundly significant and impactful. Princess Anne, throughout her public life, has consistently shunned the glare of the spotlight. She is renowned for her famously stoic demeanor, her resolute refusal to engage in public complaints, and her distinctively blunt yet intensely private nature. These traits define her public persona. If for a single moment she had genuinely believed that Prince William had overstepped his authority, acted inappropriately, or made an ill-advised decision, there is absolutely no doubt that she would have, with characteristic directness, privately but firmly, conveyed her serious concerns directly to him. She is not a woman to shy away from uncomfortable truths, particularly when the integrity of the institution is at stake. Indeed, reports emanating from the usually discreet palace circles emphatically confirm a complete and utter lack of any intervention or even the slightest objection from Princess Anne concerning the Windsor incident. Crucially, there was not even a subtle raising of an eyebrow, a gesture that, coming from someone of her considerable stature and profound influence within the family, would have been instantly recognizable as a sign of disapproval. Her complete silence, within this highly charged context, serves as a direct and resounding affirmation of Prince William's choices. It strongly suggests that she is in full agreement with both the necessity and the precise method of his firm actions, viewing them as entirely justified. For Princess Anne, the ultimate non-negotiable principle that underpins her entire worldview is the enduring well-being and the fundamental stability of the institution itself. The British monarchy, as a timeless entity, always takes precedence over all other considerations. If the swift and decisive removal of Queen Camilla's grandson from the grounds of Windsor Castle was genuinely deemed a necessary and appropriate step to safeguard the future integrity, the public legitimacy, and the streamlined vision of the royal institution, then, in her famously steadfast and unyielding perspective, it was simply a difficult but ultimately unavoidable decision that absolutely had to be made for the greater good. This level of quiet, unshakable support from someone as respected and principled as Princess Anne is truly remarkable. It's a testament to William's resolve and a powerful signal of who stands with him. This quiet but firm backing from such a profoundly respected and influential figure within the royal family undeniably strengthens Prince William's hand immensely as he continues his determined efforts to redefine and reshape the modern monarchy according to his own clear and decisive vision. This profound shift fundamentally redefines the monarchy, extending beyond a mere transition between reigns. The recent, decisive action at Windsor Castle, specifically the physical removal of Queen Camilla's non-royal grandson, offers us an unmistakable window into Prince William's vision for his future kingship. It is abundantly evident that he harbors no intention of settling into the role of a purely ceremonial or passive ruler, content with maintaining the status quo. Instead, William is poised to become an active, even transformative monarch, whose every decision will be underpinned by a relentless focus on operational efficiency and unassailable public legitimacy for the crown. Reports from trusted royal circles consistently paint a picture of a Prince William who has matured considerably, becoming notably more serious and singularly focused. This heightened sense of purpose and unwavering resolve signal his readiness to confront and execute extraordinarily difficult decisions, even those with significant personal or political ramifications. We have already witnessed this steely determination in his resolute and ultimately successful push to strip Prince Andrew of his royal titles and privileges, a move that required immense courage and conviction. Further evidence of this determined approach can be discerned in his family's recent strategic relocation. In November 2025, William and Kate, the Princess of Wales, along with their children, transitioned from Adelaide Cottage to the more substantial Forest Lodge, nestled within the Windsor Home Park estate. This move is more than a simple change of address. It represents a deliberate step towards a deeper, more intentional separation from traditional power dynamics centered at Buckingham Palace. Indeed, Prince William and Kate are not merely residing in a new home. They are meticulously constructing their own distinct household and a nascent court, right within the very heart of the Windsor Home Park estate. This burgeoning new establishment is designed to operate with a remarkable degree of independence from the historical structures and protocols that have long governed Buckingham Palace. This strategic autonomy underscores William's unwavering commitment to forging his own path, shaping the monarchy according to his precise specifications, rather than inheriting a system he deems outdated or inefficient. His carefully considered blueprint for the future monarchy centers unequivocally on a remarkably tight and exceptionally exclusive core group of working royals. This inner circle, the very foundation of his reign, will prominently feature himself, Kate, and their three dynamic children, Prince George, who is set to celebrate his 13th birthday in July 2026, alongside his younger siblings, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. Beyond his immediate family, this focused and disciplined group also includes Prince Edward and Sophie, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, and, of course, the ever-reliable and profoundly respected Princess Anne, whose commitment to duty is unparalleled. Within this meticulously defined and deliberately exclusive framework, there is, quite simply, no designated space for the involvement of Queen Camilla's grandchildren or her wider extended family. Their connection to the royal household, while perhaps personally significant to the queen consort, is purely familial and emotional, fundamentally lacking any constitutional basis or official role within the venerable institution of the monarchy. This structural clarity, this unyielding adherence to a defined core, means that any individual who is not actively contributing to the monarchy's core mission and public duties is, by definition, viewed as a potential liability, or, at the very least, an unnecessary distraction from the primary objectives. Prince William is not merely suggesting new boundaries, he is drawing these new lines with absolute precision, making them unmistakably clear, and enforcing them with an unyielding, resolute authority. And honestly, it's a refreshing change to see such decisive action taken to safeguard the institution. While Prince William is actively solidifying his future vision and laying the groundwork for his reign, the current king, Charles III, now 77 years old, continues to navigate the challenging landscape of his cancer treatment. Medical professionals have provided optimistic reports, indicating that he may be able to significantly reduce his therapy regimen in 2026, suggesting a positive improvement in his overall health. Despite these very personal and ongoing health challenges, King Charles and Queen Camilla are reportedly making plans for an important state visit to Washington, D.C. in the spring of 2026, a clear testament to their continued dedication to their royal duties and international diplomacy, even amidst personal adversity. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla herself, at 78 years of age, is contending with her own set of health issues and concerns. She has reportedly experienced lingering fatigue following a debilitating bout of pneumonia in late 2024, alongside ongoing mobility concerns that occasionally impact her public appearances. More significantly, beyond these physical ailments, her influence within the complex royal ecosystem appears to be perceptibly diminishing. Respected royal observers, including the well-known astrologer Debbie Frank, have publicly articulated predictions of a substantial redefinition of Camilla's role and standing within the monarchy after April 2026, suggesting a significant shift in her position and power. In this rapidly evolving and increasingly dynamic royal landscape, Prince William is steadily and strategically accumulating the practical power and the political capital necessary to shape both public perception of the monarchy and its long-term strategic planning for the future. He is now operating with a striking and increasingly notable degree of autonomy, confidently making pivotal decisions and implementing significant changes without necessarily awaiting formal permission or engaging in extensive consultation with his father or other senior advisors. This growing independence signals a new era. The more expansive, somewhat inclusive, and arguably less rigid approach that characterized the initial phase of King Charles's reign is now visibly and rapidly yielding to a far more constrained, disciplined, and unequivocally exclusive monarchy under William's emerging leadership. The removal of Queen Camilla's grandchildren from Windsor, therefore, is not an isolated incident. It represents merely the first concrete, undeniable manifestation of this profound institutional shift. The message emanating from Windsor is exceptionally clear. The future has arrived ahead of schedule, bringing with it very firm, non-negotiable, and unyielding ideas about precisely who will be considered an integral part of it and who will not.